David Lucas.
David Lucas.
Fake news. Fake news.
What's happening? Man, y'all know how I feel about Black Lives Matter Incorporated. So Black Lives Matter leader accused of stealing $10 million from the organization. The leader of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation has been accused by former colleagues of stealing more than $10 million in donations from the organizations for personal use, according to a lawsuit filed in court this week. Shallow Maya Bowers was called in the court filing as a rogue administrator, a middleman turned usurper, who siphoned contributions to the nonprofit activist group to use as a personal piggy bank. Really? Yeah, I would have never known. According to the lawsuits filed in Los Angeles County Superior Court on Thursdays, Bowers' actions led the foundation into investigations by the Internal Revenue Service and various state attorney generals, blazing a path of irreparable harm to BLM in less than 18 months to suit claims, while BLM leaders and movement workers were on the street risking their lives. Risking their lives? Risking their lives burning down shit? You mean risking their lives to not get hurt in the stuff they were causing? Like, what risking their... Yeah. Risking their lives. Yeah. Mr. Bowers remained in his cushy offices, devising a scheme of fraud and misrepresentation to break the implied, in fact, contract between donors and BLM. The suit filed by Black Lives Matter grassroots was light on details of the alleged theft of funds, but delved into the fissures within the network of Black Lives Matter groups, charting change from falling victim to the, why do they use all these words? Carceral logic and social violence that fuels the legal system and taking legal action against them. I want to see his house. Do you got a $3 million house? They would rather take the same steps of our white oppressors. Oh my God, here we go. See, this is the lingo that makes me stray away when they start. If you're not 180 years old, you have, or 80, you have not been oppressed. They would rather take the same steps of our white oppressors and utilize the criminal legal system, which is propped up by white supremacy. Oh my God, this white supremacy stuff, man. How if there's so much white supremacy, how were you able to swindle 10 million? White people gave you that money. Black people do not donate to Black Lives Matter. I say this all the time. Black people do not donate to Black Lives Matters. That is an LGBTQ funded organization. The same system they say they want to dismantle to solve movement disputes, the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation's board of directors said in a joint statement. Bowers is one of 3 members of the board. Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation is an administrative organization that raises funds to distribute to Black Lives Matter grassroots, the umbrella organization for local chapters of the group. Bowers was hired by Black Lives Matter co-founder, we hear this name again, Patrisse Cullors, in 2020 to help raise and distribute money to groups within the foundation. Distribute money into your bank account. Attorney Walter Mosley, representing the plaintiffs in the case, alleges that Bowers instead engaged in self-dealing, giving grants to his own consulting firm and charging exorbitant fees reaching 8 figures. The lawsuits demand that they return the people's funds and stop impersonating Black Lives Matter. They are impersonating Black Lives Matter. The lawsuit was announced at a news conference Thursday hosted by Black Lives Matter Los Angeles co-founder Melina Abdullah, who said that Bowers shut her and other leaders out of the BLM social media accounts in March by changing the passwords. I see exactly what they're doing here. So what Miss Colors and Miss Abdullah are going to do is use Bowers as the scapegoat. I've solved this thing already. They're going to say, no, we didn't misrepresent the funds. We didn't do anything wrong. We hired Mr. Bowers to be in charge of the distribution of funds. And when he distributed the funds, we thought that, it was justified. Even though, $5 million was deposited into my bank account, I thought it was justified. I thought he paid taxes on it. I thought everybody else had been paid equally. And I was going to use it to buy a house. So I just thought that it would be cool. Sure. I already see where it's going. They're going to use him as the scapegoat. Where is it at? No. As Abdullah leveled accusations at Bowers, he shot back in a statement claiming that she was the one who committed financial malfeasance. How do you say that? Malfeasance. He also accused Abdullah of unprincipled decision-making and a leadership style rooted in retribution and intimidation. Black Lives Matter has come under fiscal scrutiny since 2020 when the group received $90 million in donations amid protests following the murder of George Floyd by the Minneapolis police. Exactly. The organization filed its first public IRS tax form 990 in 2022 and was criticized by some for buying a $6 million Studio City yeah, exactly, man. They're criminals. They're going to use this, from what I see, they're going to use this poor guy. I could be wrong or I could be right. It's just me thinking outside the box a little bit here. They're going to use this poor guy as a scapegoat. That's what I see. It's so weird. Is this whole BLM stuff, bro? It's crazy to me.